In this video, we're going to be using Barrister's Reserve Spice by Barrister & Mann and the Merkur 37C slant razor. Stay tuned. Hey there folks, and welcome back to another video. I'm your host CDB. Thanks so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. And as mentioned before, today we're going to be using Barrister's Reserve Spice, which smells reminiscent of Old Spice, which is a scent I really like. Really nice Old Spice, classic Old Spice sort of scent. I would call the scent strength right at the medium level. I got this at the Razor Company. I paid $17.99 for 4 ounces, and on a cost chart there, that's a fair price of $4.49 an ounce. Let's show you the ingredients right there. Again, think classic Old Spice with the scent. It's a soap scent that I really like, and I look forward to using this today. We're also going to be using today the Merkur 37C, which is a slant razor. Hope you can see that where it's canted. And slant razors sort of use that guillotine concept of cutting, where instead of being completely horizontal, slightly canted to make it easier to cut. Some people feel they cut easier. Some people feel they don't. But I do like using the 37C, which is a 2-piece razor. You unscrew the bottom like so. Lift the top. And there you have our razor. And today we're going to be using an Astra SP blade. And this blade has one use on it. And we'll load up our razor today and hopefully have a great shave today. Let's lay it in there. Again, 2-piece razor. I really like these Merkur 2-piece razors. Screw it back down. And there you see it. And hopefully that sort of cant comes across to you. And we look forward to using this today. This now I think is referred to, we used to just call it the 37C. I think they're calling it the MK37001 model number now, but essentially it's the 37C. We're going to start off today with a little pre-shave cube, although we don't need it. By the way, there's that bump from yesterday, and hopefully we won't open it up, but we make no promises. We might. Just going to use a little bit of pre-shave today, not because we need it, because we don't, but I have it. May as well use it. No sense in it just sitting around, and I'm slowly working my way through it, which was my goal, to try to make sure I get through the cube this year, and we're certain we're going to get a great shave today. I'm using the Saville. I think it's the, what is it, 3328? So if my lather doesn't look great today, it's not because of the soap, it's because my inexperience in recent years with Badger. Now, I had a lot of experience with Badger early on in early years, but I just took to synthetic, so I don't use them much. But today, we'll see how we do. And by the way, I saw a video yesterday where DK was talking about pores, ugly pores on shaving soaps, and I'll show you a pore of how this one looked, it was an interesting pore. And to be clear, I don't care at all about that, but I heard DK saying it's an ugly pore, and I said, I'll show you an ugly pore. Look at that one. It was just an interesting looking pore, which means nothing. I don't mind it at all. I was just thought I would show that for DK. DK's going to get triggered by that one. So we have our lather whipped up in the Captain's Choice copper bowl. And here is our Saville, and let's load up and see how we do today. Hopefully, we have a really nice and enjoyable shave. Man, whew, the hair in this knot, and it's just silver tip, it's just like a pillow. It is amazing. Thank you, Scott Leslie. Scott is known as the Peaceful Shaver on YouTube. He's been around for a long time, and he knows I prefer synthetic, and he's like, I'm going to gift you a Saville because I think you'll really like it. And this one right here is just awesome. It is so soft. I really like it a lot. And I really didn't have any trouble making lather with it either. By the way, the Barrister & Mann product, generally, very good quality. You're not going to have any quality problems with Barrister & Mann soaps at all. The question will always be, do you like the scent? Because they do take risks with scent, and a lot of them I don't care for. But these Reserve ones, I really like. And I like this Reserve base as well. I think it's quite good and performs quite well. Never had any problem with it. All right, let's cut that back a little bit and get ready to get rolling with our Merkur 37C. Now, they do have a longer handled version. And I believe that is the 39C. So if you prefer a longer handle, you can get it with that. By the way, I keep mentioning this, and I'm sorry if anyone gets tired of it. If you want to see how I actually make the lather, I'll have the lather tutorial video below, because I do get asked that a lot. They're like, why don't you make it on camera? I'm trying to save you time. And speaking of saving you time, I apologize yesterday for actually published 2 head shaving videos at the same time. I did not intend to do that, so I apologize. They were scheduled for the same day, and I did not know it until they were already published, and then I was like, shucks. But I apologize for that. Normally, I try not to publish 2 head shaving videos back to back like that. I do record them in advance, but typically I try not to publish them like that. So I apologize if you got overwhelmed yesterday with the 2 back-to-back head shaves. They were recorded, on different days, but I forgot I had one scheduled for yesterday. And as it turns out, I had 2 scheduled. So sorry about that. Once I figured it out, already several hours had passed and people had already began watching the videos, and I was like, well, I'm not going to take it down now. So what are you going to do? This Merkur 37C to me is still in the realm of a medium, I would call it. But I think it does well. I really enjoy using it. And I enjoy using the 34C as well. I know some people don't. But I don't know. I really like these Merkur 2-piece razors. The short-handled ones. I don't really care that much for long handles. Unless they're really tapered down. So I always prefer the short-handled version here. But it does a great job, I think. Now, whether you get that much more effective cutting out of a slant or not, I don't know. Some slants also torque the blade too. And that adds to the, can add to the efficiency of shave. There's a lot of things that come into play when it comes to the geometry of razors. How much blade is exposed, how much gap there is between the blade and the base plate and the top cap, how much the blade is torqued. There's a lot of factors that contribute to what we call efficiency or aggression. And once again, we're back to the Saville row here again. Thank you, Scott. This is a brush I really like. Now, I did buy as soon as I got this, I liked it so much. After the first time I used it, I bought I want to say 3824, and that one is set a lot shorter than this one. And I don't like it as much, but I'm going to keep using it to see if I take to it. This one, I kind of put them together, and this one is set higher. And I think that's why I like it so much. For me, and this is just me, and I always speak to this, backbone is a preference thing, not a requirement. Because you can make a lather with the floppiest of brushes. In my lather tutorial, I'm using that West Coast Shaving Synthetic, which most people would consider floppy. It has almost no backbone. But you can still make a very good lather with it. And I've made lathers with hard soap with it, you name it. It will do it. You don't need backbone to make lather. You may prefer it because you like the feeling of it, but it's not required to make lather. You make lather with pretty much any kind of brush. I prefer soft knots because I don't want to really scrub my face with a brush. I scrub in the shower before the shave, and I don't like to put any more wear and tear on the face in terms of scrubbing than I need to because I'm dragging the sharp steel across it. And that's enough trauma, by itself. And I tell you what, I really like this knot. It's so soft and gentle. And most importantly, it lets go of the lather. For me, when I tried a couple of the newer knots that are hand-tied or very, very dense, the problem for me is they didn't let go of the lather as much as I would like. I just want something to easily let go of the lather without me having to coax it out or push it out. I just want it to come off easily, and that's just the way I prefer it. But you may prefer, really getting in there and scrubbing. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It's all what you enjoy. Excuse me. Do whatever you enjoy. Again, it's like I've been saying recently, as long as you're doing it in a positive way, I'm with you. Very nice. I really like using this 34C. Again, in theory, the slant razor should cut a little bit easier. I don't know if it's if that's something that actually happens, or I don't know at what rate of efficiency you gain from it. I just really don't know. But it does feel nice, and I've always appreciated using this one. I'd say 7 or 8 years ago, the slants were all the, they were a big time fad, and everybody was making slant razors, and people couldn't get enough of them. And then they sort of slowed down. Like they were making them hot and heavy because everybody wanted a slant razor, and then they just sort of died down in terms of people making them. But I've always found them to be good and effective shavers. I don't know if they add a ton, but some people feel they really do cut more efficiently. And in theory, they would, you would think. But again, they're using that guillotine concept, that slanted or diagonal sort of cutting action. And if you believe that cuts more effectively, then you'd gain some efficiency from it. But I think the 37C here is still in the mild categories. But if you want to try a slant razor, I think this is a good one. Really enjoy using it. And by the way, I'll link the products used below, the ones that are available at least. I'll get a lot of questions in the comments. Where do you get this or that? If it's available, I'll put links below for you. And so take advantage of those, if you please. And this soap, I haven't spoken a lot about it. Good quality. For me, it was easy to lather. I've heard people say they had some problems with this reserve base, you know, a little difficult to lather, but I didn't have any problem at all. Even with this Badger, and you know, like I said before, I haven't really used Badger regularly for years. And so the soap for me was easy to lather. It's nice and creamy. It's very slick. Again, I don't think anybody can ever make a quality complaint with in terms of Barrister Man being slick or, you know, providing what you need for a shave. I think you can always, with any company, you can talk about scents, you know, because that's so subjective. But Barrister Man makes a fine soap, you know, quality-wise. There's just no question about it. But sometimes their scents will be ranted and raved about, and I'll get one, and I'll be like, wow. But on the same token, a lot of people get those very same scents, and they love them. Like Night Music, when I smelled that, for me, it was one of the worst scents, probably the worst scent I've ever smelled, but other people love it. And that's the thing. Its scents are very, very subjective. To me, it come off really funky and off-putting in every way, and other people love it. Like, I know Johan loves it, Sweet Baby Ray loves it, and then there are people who just can't stand it, you know. And so I sort of applaud Barrister Man for taking those risks with scents. And I can tell you what, I love that brush. Thank you, Scott Leslie. Peaceful Shaver again. And also, folks, I try to link the people who I mention below in the area below at the bottom. I'll have a section that's called Channels Mentioned and Miscellaneous Links, and that's where I'll have the lather tutorial and folks I'm mentioning and so on and so forth. So go check those folks out, if you please. All right, very nice. Seen some people returning, making videos lately. Seen some from Jack from the Virtual Groom Room. He took some time off. He actually reached out yesterday, and we were chatting a bit. It was nice to hear from Jack. He's doing well. Said he's been pretty busy at work, but he's feeling the, you know, hobby again, making videos and so on. So we really, we're always happy. And when I say we, I mean me, but I'm happy when people are enjoying the hobby, and Jack took a little break, you know, because sometimes it can be overwhelming. And he had a lot of other stuff going on as well. And I always tell people You know, if you're not feeling it, don't do it. In terms of making content, because you will get worn out. You know, if you're just not feeling it, just not really enjoying it, only do it if it's enjoyable. I know last year, a lot of people would say they were going to quit. And a lot of us encouraged them, you know, not to. And now I realize in retrospect, if somebody wants to take a break or quit, it's because they're not enjoying it. And we would do right by them, but by just saying, hey, you know, we're here to support you when you return. But if you want to take a break, you know, that's entirely okay. Nothing wrong with that. If the hobby needs to be enjoyable, you know, and making content as well. If you're not enjoying yourself, I don't think other people are going to enjoy to watch. And for me, it's not enjoyable to watch when people are making videos and they're moping around. Now, I'm not connecting that to Jack. I'm saying this just generally. If people are moping around and you just don't feel like they're really enjoying themselves, it's just not that fun to watch. And I know some of my videos from, you know, over a year ago, I probably wouldn't enjoy to watch them now either, because the energy just wasn't there. The passion just wasn't there. Of course, I was going through some stuff in my life, and some, you know, you can't always be chipper and so on. But my advice, if you're not feeling it, don't make videos. And if you are feeling it, dude, just have fun. And if you need to take a break, do so. I don't have any breaks or anything planned because I'm just enjoying myself. I've found a formula that works for me, that allows me to do these shaves and just really enjoy it. And so I plan to do it as often as I can. Of course, as you know, I'm a daily shaver, but I try to make videos as often as I can. And generally, I do every day. So appreciate all of you for coming back and watching. That was an excellent shave. Let me rinse, and then we'll come back and into the post. Stay tuned. All right, and we are back in off cam. We did a warm water rinse. We followed that with the alum, no stinging whatsoever. So that was a very nice shave. Looks like I've clipped the head of that bump there. Anyway, after the alum, we did a cold water rinse. Then we applied the Thayer's Cucumber Magic, because it's made by witches. Terrific stuff. I really enjoyed the Barrister's Reserve Spice. If you like Old Spice, it's can't miss. Very good quality. Big thumbs up from me. Really enjoyed using the Merkur 37C or MK 37001 slant razor. Nice mild slant. I really enjoyed that. And of course, I enjoyed the Saville. I think this one is 3328. Terrific. Absolutely love that Badger brush. That one really is awesome. And we're going to finish things out today with vintage Shulton Old Spice. But I have it decanted into a little sprayer here because this was a sample that was sent to me by David from Augusta, as well as this, because I was running low on this one, and he sent this. So thank you, Dave. I really appreciate it. And this is the old stuff. It is very, very nice. And let's get going and apply some of that good old juice. Vintage Old Spice. For me, I dig it. I think it's awesome. And I hope you folks, wherever you are, have a great day and have some great shaves. Until next time, I've been your host, CDB, reminding you, it's your shave, do it your way, and as always, God bless.